Hey, what's up, guys, gals? It is Marvelous Monday. It is Monday, August 4th. Man, this month is just flown by. Well, this year is flying by. That is crazy, man. Anyways, it's Monday, August 4th. We're sitting at 7:34 right here. I think we're going for maybe about half an hour, on, the video. We're not live. We're recorded right here. Hey, I want to thank all you guys for, all your support and just getting, the name out there, C10 America, whether, it's at work, it's at play, wherever that is, awesome. But I have, a couple things I want to talk about this morning. This is episode number, I think, episode number 33 on C10 America Mornings. Let me get that right. C10 America Mornings. By the way, guys, I know what you're thinking every time I do a video. Every time you see a video, you probably think back to yourself, hey, this guy is sitting in the same spot, in the same studio, doing these videos. Ain't it gonna... What happened to those other videos down below where he's interviewing people, out there at shows and all that? Well, don't worry. We're going to get back to that. It just, we've been busy here in, the studio. We took a long time out yesterday. I took Miss Terry out to, Canton Days in, Canton, Texas. The big flea market, out there. Took one day off because I've been working been getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going until 11:30 at night, and that's like almost burning the candle at both ends. But you know what? When you're working for yourself, you need to do that. Else you're not gonna get anywhere in life on that. I did work Monday through Friday type of job, for a long time, and I had weekends off, but weekends were off from only that work. I kept on doing all this stuff on the weekend, which was my hobby, and stuff like that. Now this came full circle, and all the stuff that I was doing for a hobby, I am doing for a business. So I'm doing everything right here. So anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Anyways, number one, if I can, I want to give you three, save the dates. Number one is next year, 2026, May 16th is a Rat Pack car show right down there in Gale. Don't stay in Gale. I don't think you can. They only have a post office down there, and they have the Coyote. Pardon me. The Coyote store where, the Rat Pack show takes place. That's awesome. So anyways, that will be May 16th. Excuse me. May 16th, 2026. So you guys want to make sure you're down there. We'll probably have our booth, down there. Hopefully it's not, too hot. And then number two, get signed up for the magazine. If you're not signed up, issue number 6 is supposed to come out next month. I gotta get cranking on that, get back on that. So, anyways, that comes out. If you're not a member, you get signed up for $10. Head over to that awesome website. That's www.c10americamagazine.com. www.c10americamagazine.com. Get signed up for $10. If you're a member of the group over on Facebook, then comment right down below and say member 5. So if you guys out there are watching this on Facebook, we will do our live about 2:30. I know I did put a post up about 2. It'll probably be closer to maybe 2:30 up there. I have to go to the doctor's for a checkup today. So anyway, we'll do that when we come back. Number 3, pardon me. We're bringing back the Hot Wheels giveaways. So remember those? Right now they're still Hot Wheels. We're working on getting some awesome C10 truck Hot Wheels to give out in the giveaway. Matter of fact, we sent an email over to Mattel Corporation, the company that makes the Hot Wheels. We haven't received back. We might have to send another email to them. If you guys and gals have any decals out there, any stickers out there laying around, the shop, the garage, man cave, whatever, we need them. We need to put them on our podcast table. We're doing a totally new design on the table. We're taking that tablecloth off. It's only to hide the scratches, on the table. We're keeping the skirt around the bottom of it, but the top, we're going to sand it down to bare wood. We're going to prep it. Then we're going to put your decals all over it. Then we're going to hit it with about 6 coats of clear, of, probably glass polyurethane. Get it shining like, a diamond. And we want all those decals on the wood underneath, that clear to pop. And I know I have, something like that right there on that table. And I like it better than, the matte finish on, this table. So anyways, we will take and give you guys a shout out for your company, whatever you want to promote your company. Send us a decal. We'll put a decal on there. Then we'll talk about you or, the company on the podcast, over on Facebook, on YouTube, all that cool stuff. Then we have a whopping, check it out, a whopping 68.4 thousand members over on Facebook, and that's awesome. You guys, you're watching from Facebook. Thank you guys. We love all our members, on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, you're not a member yet. You need to go become a member. We met this awesome gentleman yesterday out there at Canton Dave's, and it was on Hot Wheels. He was selling all this stuff and all that, and it comes to find out he has 2 C10s, or right now probably 1, but we want to take and get him on, the podcast and talk to him. He has a real cool story on. He had an accident happen to one of the C10s. I'll leave it right there, and then let him tell you guys what really happened there. But we have a whopping 68.4 thousand members. That's awesome. We need to grow the YouTube channel right here. That would be awesome. And then I need to say a couple thank yous, couple shout outs. First one, I want to say thank you to Brad Gardner for sending us 2 of his decals of his truck. That is awesome. You rock out there. Big shout out to Rolling with Roller and Derek, my friend Jeff out there in Parker, Colorado. Out there. Big shout out to my buddy Scott Stout right down there in Snyder. He's the one that got us, the Kingma. You don't know what the Kingma is? I'll show you real quick. The Kingma vlog camera for your phone. So if you guys out there, you're social media gurus and all that, you're doing all your videos from, your phone, probably your front camera. Well, the reason why everything is reversed and nobody can read anything in your videos, maybe your contents are your content is great, except nobody can read it. Get one of these Kingma. It goes on, the back of the camera. I'll show you how it goes. You take your phone, the back of your phone. You get this little adapter right here, right? You take that, push, let's see, push that up, okay, right here. It didn't, okay, there you go. So your phone is on the front of the camera, or on the front of this tripod, right? Well, you take the Kingma screen and it mounts on the back. So when you're ever doing content, use the back facing camera. If you use the back facing camera, everything's gonna be readable. If you use the front facing camera, everything is gonna be reversed. Okay, if you're okay with that, okay, that's fine. But the Kingma goes on the back, and it's plug and play for Android and for iPhone. Comes with 2 cables, one for power charging, and then one to go from the monitor into the phone right here. So anyways, pardon me the nose. I know why some folks out there don't use the back facing camera. That being, there is nothing on the back. You can see yourself on the front. Okay, I get that. I was like that too for a bit until I found the Kingma. You put the Kingma on the back, you click it right into your phone. Everything you see on your home screen, you see it right here. And you see it in real time, and you can read it. That's because you're using the back-facing camera right back here. So the Kingma, you can find it at kingma.com or amazon.com. Look for Kingma vlog, not blog, vlog, V for video, vlog, a screen. So find that over there on Amazon, over on Kingma. That's awesome. So, anyways, you can keep on doing awesome, content. If you're like Dad, myself, or Miss Terry, we're old school. We love everything shot, this way. But if you're new school, you shoot everything, up and down. And if you shoot everything up and down, you can also use skimming the screen will view everything like, up and down as well. So that is awesome. So turn that off. So it is a Kingma vlog monitor screen. I think, a year ago I looked and they were between 149 and 159. So I thought, I'll just wait till, the price came down. Now, if you look, they're between 65 and 99. That's awesome. But our buddy Scott Stout watches, the lives all the time. And when we miss one, he'll text us and, what happened to the live? He watches them all the time. That's awesome. He got us, Kingma, because we talk about it, all the time. We just hadn't gone out there and, got one quite yet. So big shout out, big thank you to Scott right down there. Then let's see, I want to say a big shout out to Iron Carriers. They took it and they sent that black bag right back there. They sent us 2 ball caps, 2 t-shirts, some decals to go on that table. So go check out ironcarriers.com. You can probably find them here on Facebook or IG. That's ironcarriers.com. We love all the guys out there, all the gals out there that, support us, all the fans, everybody. You guys rock out there. Then, let's see. I want to say a big shout out to Dan Jackson and Anthony Jackson out there from Las Vegas, Nevada. You guys out there rock. I think Dan has one of our decals on the back window of his truck out there. That's awesome. So we got a bunch of decals from Dan and Anthony, last week. We're looking at getting more to do, this table right back here. We need, a bunch more decals. We want to cover the whole, table. Big shout out to Roller Jeff. He sent us a big box of decals and all that. That's, awesome. Good start to, doing, the table and all that. I'm going to get off here in a minute, but we're going to break it down to 5 video part on doing that table. The first one, we'll set the camera up, taking everything off it. The next video we'll take and we'll start preparing everything for, sanding, put it outside, get it ready to go, all that stuff. Number 3, we'll have it prepared, sanded, and we'll be applying the decals. Number 4, I believe, will be, putting the shellac, the clear on it. We'll probably have to do 3 videos for that, or 4 or something, just for the clear coat. But all these will be individual videos here on YouTube, so you guys can check them out. So, anyways, if you guys, whoever donates any decals to us, we'll talk about your name. That'll be free advertisement on that podcast table. We do lives a lot and videos, and after the table is done, we'll have it all cleared off, and we'll be doing, lots of, lives, from, the table, and, all that, stuff. So, anyways, hey, if you guys are not signed up, do me a favor. Head over to, the website, www.c10americamagazine.com. That is c10americamagazine.com. Get over there and, sign up for only $10. But if you guys are a member of, the group, you're watching here on Facebook and you're a member, you just haven't signed up yet, drop me a comment right down below, either here on YouTube, here on Facebook. Drop me a comment and type out member 5, and that right there will tell us that you're a member, and we'll sign you guys up for a full year for only $5. And also, real quick, we're doing something that we don't like done to us, and we probably think that some of you guys out there don't like it done to you. Auto bill pay and all that, when they sign you up to take money out of your account, we don't like it done to us. So we're not going to do it to you guys. And, some people might say, oh, it's only $5 or $10. Well, it is your hard-earned money, $5, $10, and it all adds up. So we're not going to do that. So if we sign you up for the magazine because you want to sign up, if it runs out in, the year, when it's supposed to run out, we're not going to re-bill you. We're not going to re-sign you up. Well, we might send you an email and say, hey, your thing ended. Do you want to sign up? Sign back up? If not, sign back up. But it's your job to, contact us or whatever and say, hey, you know what? I like that magazine so much. Sign me back up. Excuse me. Pardon me. I think, a lot of people do it that way because they think, after the, during the whole year, you're going to forget about, that money that's on your, maybe on your account or something, or that bill that's on your account, and it only $5 or $10, you won't notice it. So, I think, this is my opinion, I think they're hoping for, folks out there to forget about that so they can keep taking money. Man, I had somebody in Florida. I just got some of my money back, but I have somebody in Florida from April or May. They were charging me $49 and 45 cents every month from like May. And then my dad called me, told me about that. I looked into it. Then I called my bank, told my bank, and we shut the card off. And I'm still waiting for a new card. But they asked me if I wanted to go back. Ever since they started taking the money out, when they started, they said about like May or something. And I'm hell yeah. It's my money. It's not theirs. And, yeah, why should I not? my freaking money. So that right there's an example of, somebody getting a hold of, maybe your card info, and they keep charging you. And I signed up for, something, but then, I sent them email and I said, okay, you know what? Cancel my account, but they already had, my information. And right when I said cancel, they said, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. We'll cancel it right now. They never did. They kept it going. So we're not going to do, something like that to, you guys out there. We don't like it done to us. And we assume there's other people that don't like it done to, them. Remember today, between 2 and 2:30, we're doing a live over in, the group. We're at 7:59. This has been your C10 America Mornings video, episode number 33. We love you. It is 8 o'clock, and we'll see you guys about 2:30. We love you. Take care.